While the process leading up to the draft was different than past years, running backs coach Eddie Faulkner has gotten to know Harris through brief in-person meetings, video interviews, and lots of tape study.
You know, one thing I know about him is how he's a worker. He's not afraid. He's not going to shy away from any of the work or any of the things you ask him to do. So whenever you have somebody like that, it's easy to, work them in and manipulate them. But obviously, when you spend a first-round draft pick on a guy like that, the expectation is for him to come in and be that guy. When I went to his pro day the second time around, he had already been there and gotten a full workout in before he did his pro day workout, which the pro day workout in itself was taxing, where he's running routes like a receiver all the way down the field, go routes, corner routes, anything you would think a receiver would run, he's doing that. Then I got him in the drill work and I put him through a series of drills and he's looking at me like, that's it, coach? That's all we're doing? I was like, yeah, that's all we're doing right now. So he's the kind of guy who you probably gonna have to pull back more than you have to wind up. I mean, I'd rather have a person like that than somebody you have to get going and wind up every day.
It didn't take long for Faulkner and Harris to get to work.
We were sitting in there watching the draft. He sat down next to me. I was like, hey man, we can do whatever you want to do. We can go in there and watch some more film because we already have been doing it. Or we can sit here and watch the draft. And he looked at me, he's like, we got to go watch tape, don't we? Because he's that anxious to get after it. We come in and watch tape. I break down our protection to him. I draw it on the board. I show him about 2 clips. We get to the 3rd clip. I start to talk. He cuts me off. He's like, coach, no, I got it. And explains exactly what it was I just talked about. The thing about him is I know he's a listener. He's engaged. He's looking at you when you're talking, and he's gonna have an opinion, right, wrong, or indifferent. He's gonna have an opinion or a feeling about what you're saying. Every time I'm around him, I pull back a few more layers on what makes him tick, and those are things to get excited about. Obviously, the big plays he's got grab you, but you start to see quickly that there aren't a whole lot of weaknesses. Can make you miss, can run you over. He is an every down type of back. So I pull up the tape and the first thing you look at is like, okay, that's freaky, but he's been doing that since high school. The other thing you see, not just a guy leaving the ground and doing that, but a guy being fearless. That's what I see, is he's fearless. It's about him making plays for his team, winning one-on-one in the flat, and he routinely wins those confrontations in the flat, and then hurdle another one and stay in bounds over there. Vision. They're doing a good job right there of creating an edge right here for him to get outside of. But he feels this part running past the ball and is able to put his foot in the ground, get his feet up over trash, and then that burst right there to split 2 defenders to get to the next level is freaky. He finds ways to get the ball in the end zone. You see his patience. You see him get up to the feet of the lineman before he makes his cut. See how he's tight right there to all that movement? That's something natural. Like, you talk to your coach about it, but that's just a feel and a natural thing. There's no wasted space right there. And then that burst, again, that's freaky. Again, let me remind you, he's 6'2", 230 pounds. And, he's a load getting downhill. And I always love to say, look at the speed of the film change right here. He's slow to the hole, and then he bursts through the hole. And when he sees it right there, gas. Sometimes you see backs go here and run out here, not gaining anything vertically. The first time he gets the opportunity, he's getting that ball back vertical up the field. And again, able to make guys miss in the second level. He's out here on the SEC logo right here as a receiver and has the ability to route people up and catch the ball and play within that space. He's not only has that capability, he does it as good as anybody, and he's 6'2", 230. If 5 was coming right here, he'd probably have him in protection. He knows he's hot, and he gets his head and eyes around right now, so the quarterback can get the ball on him. The ball's a little behind him, he makes a one-handed catch, and then again, the effort that he shows to get the ball in the end zone, he's a fun player to watch. He's special. Guys aren't his size that have that kind of skill set. It's a gift from God, but it's also something he's developed through time. I can't be any more excited.